Okay, guys, I figured I'd give you like an overview of the print stream importer. This is Chuck over here at CYBRA. I figured this would be the best way to kind of show you how it works a little bit, how the files really need to look, the ZPL files, and give you a feel for what needs to be done. So anyway, this is print stream importer. It's a tool that we use here just strictly really internally at CYBRA. It's not a product we sell or warranty or support or any of that stuff. So when you start it up, you have the option to connect to MarkMagic PI, which you can just hit cancel here if you want. But if you connect to MarkMagic PI, it gives you that, it allows you to do one extra thing if you're doing that, and that is to link to a master format within MarkMagic, and bring in those data fields. And if you remember when I talked to you guys before, print stream importer, typically a basic import is just heading fields, which is what I'll show you guys today. But if you create a master format ahead of time and in your ZPL, the field names are actually matched the description of the data fields in the master format, it can automatically link together, like the text fields can link to those data fields. So I'm going to choose ZPL as what I'm going to be importing. Remember is what I did last, which for you guys, let me minimize this one. For you guys was, okay, you sent us this quick print file, if you remember this, which has a ton of actually labels in there. So we just can't, import all of them all at the same time. So I just did a copy paste. I just took the first label itself from XA to XE, did copy paste into Notepad, and I created this little QP01 text file, and everything got brought in. All right, so there it is. Then I hit convert, it creates an XML file, and then I went into JMagic and I chose import, I imported it in. And if we go in here, we'll see the one format we have, QP01. Open it up, and that should look hopefully familiar to you guys. All right, so now let's close that and start from scratch, more or less, for another one. So what I did is I went into this file and I just picked the next format, which is this stuff right here, copy paste, and I created another file called, let me get this out of the way, called QP02, I think. Let's see. Yeah, there's QP02.txt. Okay, so that's, open up again. It's just that stuff. That's all. So if I go into the print stream importer again and I choose browse, well, here, before I do that, I'll show you the options. This is important. We need to know the size of the label that we're trying to create so we can do all the coordinates and all that stuff. And the dots per inch, 203 is pretty common. If it's inches, the print driver in MarkMagic you want to make it for. This stuff you just kind of set up once. You may change the label size if you're going for something different. The delimiters, these are common ones within ZPL. And this is where I was saying, if you choose a link field instead of a heading field, then you have to put it in a master format in the library, because then we're going to try to connect everything to that master format. But we're not going to get into that because I don't even have a master format for your stuff. So I'm just going to leave that stuff as it is. I'm going to browse. I'm going to find this number 2. So I'm going to choose open. You'll see all this data change down here. It's just the ZPL, which you can actually edit this stuff if need be. Sometimes there's strange characters in there. But this is like in a kind of CFD type format that's common for MarkMagic. But when I do save as, it's actually just going to create, it's going to take the name and put it as XML. So now it's creating it as just an XML format. So it's like a regular MarkMagic exported format in XML. So that'll allow me to import it. So I'll hit save here. Saved. I'll go back into JMagic. I'll choose import. I'm going to browse. I got to find that particular file. Those here, Revmin, and as the XML is this one. So I'll choose open. And then I'm just importing that now. It's regular importing of things. And you can do a whole bunch at once, not just one at a time. What user library do you want to put it in? I'm going to put in this next gen one. I'm in here now. That's the Revmin user library. I'm sorry. Next gen Revmin. Revmin user library. There it is. I'll choose import. It imported successfully. So now when I go look for formats, I should have 2 in there. There it is. And let's see how this one looks. Okay, that looks that looks pretty good. And you can zoom in and zoom out and all that stuff. So that's it. Great.